or, tell you what that is. We'll have a sneak peek, which most of you probably joined in and did before you enrolled as a coach, to learn a little bit more about the business and what we do, how our team works and things like that, and getting to know me a little bit and sharing other stories of coaches on Meg's team and throughout our team. So, if you enrolled because of that sneak peek, you have an awesome story for it. So you can do a lot better explaining it and what you get from it than I can. So don't be afraid to share your own experience about, if you're talking to people about coaching, say, well, I did this 4-day sneak peek and this is what I learned and this is why I enjoyed it. So if you're hesitant or if you have more questions, this is going to be a really good, safe place for you to learn the culture, learn what this is about, and learn how this can change your life outside of a financial aspect. So it's an awesome opportunity. They've gone really well for our team. I'll open up a private group. It'll be one that I used previous because it's kind of cool just to have the other comments in there and different videos and things pop up. So I'll post the link Sunday and you will be able to add yourself. I'll approve you. And then once you're in, you'll be able to add in your prospects as well. I will post every day, but it's your job to connect with the coaches that you invite to that group, because they're there because of you, not because of me. They're going to see my name. They're going to hear other stories, but it's behind the scenes magic that makes it happen. It's connecting with them and asking them hey, do you see the group on, Sunday or Monday morning? And then on Tuesday night, hey, have you been able to listen to any videos? What do you think? Do you have questions so far? Thursday, we'll do a wrap up. So message them Thursday night, hey, I know, the week kind of got away from you, or so you participate in the group, what do you think? And making sure you're interacting with them and not just plugging them in there and then hoping that they're going to come to you at the end of the 4 days and say, okay, I'm ready to enroll, when they might have had a week from hell and didn't even check in. So make sure you're communicating with them throughout the week. They're a priority those 4 days. And then if, they decide not to do it and it's not a good time, just write them on your list and say, is it okay if I follow up with you in a month? Or when do you think is a bedtime? And don't be afraid to ask why they're saying no. Because if they're saying no because their husband doesn't want them to, or because of a financial reason, or they don't know about Shakeology, or they don't know about social media. There's so many different ways and reasons why people say no, that it's our job to know why they're saying no and reassure them on certain things. Or maybe, there's people on here that after the call or after the 4 days, we got on a phone call and we chatted about things and we chatted about their fears and hesitations. Or I know one girl specifically on this call, she was just kind of feeling it out. And there was a call that I listened to that same week. And I was like, this girl needs to hear this call. I need to send her this call right now. And I did. And, but the only reason I could do that is because I knew her and I knew the situation and I knew why the story would inspire her. So making sure you're building that relationship throughout the sneak peek and then after. So that will be happening on Monday. We're going to start the Emerald training tomorrow. So if you didn't catch the video on that, make sure you hop into the Team FabulouslyFit page and check out that video about the Emerald group starting tomorrow. I just had this bright idea. Why do we have to wait till Monday? Why do we have to wait? Let's do it. If you guys want to hit Emerald and you're feeling ready and you want to focus, I'm not going anywhere this weekend. My husband's gone until Friday afternoon. So I'm here. I'm all yours. When my kids are sleeping, we're good. So let's do this. Let's make this happen. So that's starting. It's new. I just redid it. So if you've done it in the past, do it again because it's a little bit different. Always trying new things. So make sure you hop in there. Challenge group is starting on Monday. So if you have challengers who purchased a challenge pack in August that are ready to jump in, or early September, oh my gosh, already the 14th, make sure you're adding them in and getting them situated and comfortable. And again, don't add them in there and just be like, okay, peace, you're in the group, you're good. Make sure you're messaging them. I message every single challenger on Sunday evening. Even if I don't hear from them all week, if I don't see their name posting all week long, they're still in that challenge group. I go to the members, and I look for my people and I hover over their name and I open a new link and I send them a message and I go to the next one and I send them a message and I ask them questions. And, sometimes you have to get on, I think I talked about this last call, like getting on their Facebook page and learning about what's going on in their life. So make sure you're connecting with the challengers, even after you plug them into the group. And same thing, I will be doing the posting, but I need you guys to make sure that you are the coaches to the people you invited to that challenge group. They're going to see my name and I'm just like Joe Schmo posting away, but you're the reason that they got started. You were their inspiration. So don't forget that and don't leave them hanging. That's the hardest thing. So just make sure you're in touch with them, whatever day it is for you. For me, it's Sunday. I like to do Sunday or Monday morning. It just works for me. Kind of get them in the focus of a new fresh week, recap of the weekend maybe. So pick a day that fits your schedule to be able to sit down and message your challengers. I've had a lot of questions lately about boosting posts on Facebook and how to get people to get on your like page and things like that. So first, if you're a brand new coach, I'm just going to go over this real fast. If you're a brand new coach, you do not have to have a like page to have a successful business. It's going to be more of a headache for you right now than anything else. So if you're a brand new coach, if you've been coaching for 3 months, you do not have to have a like page. If that's something that you want down the road, you can open your like page right now and start putting content on there, but I don't want you to have the hopes that you're going to have like a huge following and everyone's commenting and you have all these brand new people, because the people that are going to like your page first are your friends and family. So you might as well stay on your personal page until you build up your business, because it costs money to run the like page. It doesn't cost money to create it, but to get people to it, it costs a little bit of money and it's very frustrating. So I was going to tell you guys some tips about boosting posts. But Meg had posted in our Diamond group earlier about some rules and regulations that Facebook has, and that Facebook is cracking down on making money schemes and boosting those types of posts. So the biggest thing I want to tell you right now is don't boost a post about making money or in a way for you to make money. So Miranda still is really good at boosting her posts. She boosts like videos of her working out. She boosts like inspirational posts or just some cute little selfies, but her content of the paragraph is good. So you don't necessarily have to boost a challenge group post. You don't have to boost a coaching invitation. You don't have to boost things like that. Boost posts that speak about who you are, because what you want are people who are scrolling through the newsfeed to be like, oh my gosh, I totally get that. Like, I totally get that. And like or comment, and they comment, and then you go back and you comment and you have a conversation and you friend them. And that's how that relationship is built. That's what a boosted post is meant for. Leanne Miser, who spoke on our Diamond call about Facebook ads and stuff, also suggested if you have like a freemium, which is for example, like a 5-day clean eating group or a 5-day clean eating meal plan, like that could be a freemium. People sign up for it and you send it to them for free and you offer them help. That's something that you could, because you're not asking for money, you're giving them something, but you're collecting their email. So there's different things that you can boost, but the most important thing to remember is you want that boosted post to connect you to people who are like you. You don't want, like, I shouldn't say this, but for the most part, like, if a single girl comes to me, I have a really hard time connecting sometimes because she's not a mom, she's not a wife, she hasn't gone through a pregnancy and losing weight. That's who I connect with. Like, those are my people. That's who I want to connect with. So think about who your niche is. Think about who you're speaking to, and posts that you create. And let's say they get like 15 or 16 likes. That's a good post to boost and to get people more attracted to it, because people are already organically liking it, and then you can boost it. Don't just boost a post because you don't know if people like it yet. So it could be a dud. I learned that the hard way. So just because you think it's really good doesn't mean Facebook is going to put it out there, and doesn't mean other people are. So see what Facebook tells you that people like, and then boost that post. Sarah Littleton has done an awesome job on boosting and running sponsored ads with her videos. Her videos have done an awesome job with boosted. They get a lot of views, they get quick likes, and then she can boost them. And now she had like 1,000 views on her video, which means it's just reaching more people. So I hope that helps. You can, I don't know the exact answer to this question. I don't know if you can boost a post from a personal page. Just keeping that in mind. I'm not sure. You probably can't. It's probably from just a like page. So that might be a good reason to do a like page in 2 months, 3 months, if you're a newer coach, to help you build your network. But so that's the biggest announcements I have for you guys. Just make sure you listen to those 2 videos that were posted in the team page today about the Emerald training, and then about the Miracle Morning, my new like best friend in the world. But make sure you listen to those videos and decide if it's something for you. Maybe that isn't something, maybe that's a little too much for you right now, but some type of personal development is going to be great. So with that said, I have asked our leaders, people who have just stepped up into the leadership role on our team, to share their story with our downline, and to get some fresh faces on here, and just for you guys to be able to connect and know who our team is and who else is on here other than me just talking. So my goal is twice a month. It might only be one time a month, just kind of depends on schedules, is to have a leader come on and talk. And they're going to share their story. And so tonight we have Melissa. Melissa is going to share her story. We met randomly on Facebook, and turns out our kids are like 5 days apart. She has boy-girl twins as well. And we've just really hit it off. She became a coach on the team in March of 2015. She's an Emerald coach. She is a Success Starter graduate, which means she's helped 3 people in her first 3 months of the business. And I don't think you've missed a month yet. I think your streak is still strong. So she's just super genuine, and she just became I'm going to cry. She just, it just is so cool. She is now a stay-at-home mom with the twins, and she's a full-time Beachbody coach. And just her story is really cool, and I'm super excited for her. And it's just been really cool to see her grow since she joined my challenge group last October, almost a year ago. So with that said, Melissa's going to share her story and her top tips for her business, and then she'll send it back to me and we'll close it out. So Melissa, it's all you, girl. Just unmute yourself.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay, like Brittany said, my name's Melissa. We met back last October. Actually, I got in contact with Brittany probably, I want to say maybe like the April or May time before that. I was scrolling on Facebook, just happened to come across a post of her. And she was pushing her twins in a jogging stroller. And I had the same stroller, so it caught my eye. I'm like, oh my gosh, she has twins like me. And she's out pushing them in her jogging stroller, looking fabulous, looking happy. And I guess I kind of want to start from there. So my husband and I got married in 2003. I'm a nurse, and we met in college, and we got married very young. We were 22 and 23 years old, and we wanted to start a family very early. We started trying pretty quickly after we got married, and it was very difficult for us to get pregnant. And forgive me if I start crying because it's hard for me to talk about, but we tried for close to 8 years, had no success, decided to give up and kind of proceed with the adoption process. And something in my heart just told me to try one more time. And so we did. We tried IVF one more time. I had 2 embryos that came out of it. We implanted them and they stuck. So fast forward almost 9 months later, I carried my twins full term and had a beautiful boy and girl. And our dream of becoming a family and me becoming a mom had finally come true. And that's kind of where my story starts with Beachbody. I kind of found myself getting into a dark place in my life. I really struggled for a long time with postpartum depression and anxiety. Kind of thought, here I wanted to be a mom for so long, and I can't enjoy, being a mom. What's wrong with me? I was embarrassed to get help. I worked with all my doctors. They knew me. They knew my story. I was scared to go to them for help. So I finally did about 1.5 years later. Yes, a long time later. I'm a nurse. I know better than that. But I did. I finally went and asked for help. And my doctor encouraged me to start exercising again and to see a therapist. So I did that, and that's kind of when I came into contact with Brittany. I saw her running, and I knew I was a runner before I got pregnant. I wanted to get back into that desperately. And so I just asked her for some tips and asked her how she did it. And I totally went outside of my comfort zone messaging somebody I had no idea who they were, and she actually got back to me and was like genuinely interested. And she genuinely cared. She gave me awesome tips. I'll never forgive her for that because I actually followed her tips. She also mentioned her challenge groups and her, Beachbody stuff. And I was interested in it. I just wasn't at the point in my life where I was ready to make a commitment like that. I wasn't mentally ready. So, fast forward to September timeframe, I was ready. I've started following her on Facebook, and I was very inspired by her posts, very inspired by her journey. I related to her like nobody else I ever related to. All my friends had kids that were in middle school, so I don't know anybody else that has twins besides her. So I joined her challenge group and I loved it. I did the 21-day fix and I lost 9 pounds, which was awesome. I had been working a long time to try to lose the baby weight, and it taught me so much about myself. But my transformation really was in the inside more than the outside, and it continues to be throughout my whole journey with Beachbody. So I did a few more challenge groups with her because I loved it so much. I love the camaraderie in the groups. I loved cheering on people and talking to people from all over the country and Canada and everything. I just loved it. So she started kind of talking to me about coaching. I think it was December, January. And I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. I can barely, get my meals prepped, get to work in the morning, make it home to do a workout when I got home from work. So I think it was 2 or 3 times she asked me about it. And I finally was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll listen to the sneak peek. It definitely, I want to inspire other people to feel the way I feel now. I want to inspire other women who struggle with postpartum depression, who don't know how to get fit after having kids, feel lost, feel alone. And so I listened to the sneak peek, and it was the right time in my life. I feel like and through everything that I went through, I really lost a lot of my faith in God. That really was something that I struggled with for a really long time. And I finally felt like God was talking to me. I like saw the light. I'm like, I have to do this. This is something that I have to do. So I joined. And initially I was thinking hobby coach. But after I, did the sneak peek, I'm like, this is meant for me. I have to do this. So I went all in from day one. And I'm telling you, like, just the whole company has just changed my life. And I think the biggest thing is the personal development, 100%. That has just, if you would have told me I was sitting on a call, I would be sitting on a call talking to people about this a year ago, I'm not even kidding. I would have laughed in your face because I never would have thought that I would be sitting here doing this right now. So I don't know. It just it's definitely taught me a lot about who I want to be, and it's taught me that I can be that person. So so with that being said, here I am. I worked part-time as a nurse for I started in March, so I just recently became a stay-at-home mom. I make enough to make ends meet, for us financially right now with Beachbody. I'm really working hard on building my team and, getting to Diamond. I'm praying that I get to Diamond by the end of this year. I'm working really hard at it. So I guess I will go into the tips I have. I don't know. I'm new, so bear with these. I wrote them down because basically I just wanted to, this is what I do every day. And I honestly only have 1 to 2 hours every day to work this business because I really don't have enough money to pay for any help right now. My mom used to watch my kids. She has another job too. So I work before my kids get up for an hour. And then when they take their nap, and they usually only take about an hour and a half nap. And then sometimes at night I'll do a little bit of working, but mainly I just chill at night. So obviously power hour is a big thing for me. And I really only spend an hour on it. I do what Meg recommended. I set a timer because I get really caught up in Facebook news feeds, completely put my phone to the side. And just focus on inviting people, following up with people. I try to schedule my posts. This last month has been really hard for me with my posting. I've kind of let that go by the wayside for this month because I'm trying to kind of transition into a new schedule right now. But the biggest thing that I do, and I spend most of my time doing this, is personal development. I probably spend a half hour in the morning and then another hour when my kids are napping because I don't know what it is, but I am just naturally a negative person in my mind. I always think to myself that I'm not good enough or I can't do this. You're never going to get there, So the personal development is a big part for me. So since March, I've really turned that negative thinking around in my mind, and I've really developed a positive perspective on my life. And the biggest thing I've really done is slowed down. I was trying way too hard in the beginning. I feel like I was just trying too hard. I feel like I was kind of just like I was laser focusing on the end, and I wasn't really, I don't know how to put it. Like, I guess enjoying my journey is really, taking time to really just figure things out. When I started, I still am the black sheep. My family does not support, I mean, they support me and they cheer me on, but they do not support my business at all. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in, they think it's, a pyramid scheme, and no matter how much I tell them. So I definitely am the black sheep. So I have put my blinders on to my family. I completely ignore them because I think eventually they'll come around. So if that's you, do that because that works. What else did I write down? When I signed up as a Beachbody coach, I had no idea what I was doing. But I believed in myself and I knew that I could figure it out. So just believe in yourself and set goals for yourself, and you will definitely achieve them. The third thing is be consistent. I just recently did this about, I don't know, it's been like a month and a half, but I actually plotted out a schedule for myself. And you probably all have done this, but I'm not organized when it comes to things. So I really had to tell myself, be your own boss. This is your business. Treat it like it's your business. Treat it like you're the boss. You're the CEO, like I hear people say. But that meant for me that I had to show up every single day. I had to consistently put the work in every single day. And I am a visual person. If I don't see it in front of me, I'm not going to do it. So I'm in my bedroom, but I have my whiteboard and I have my schedule. Every day I go down, I check off everything I do on that schedule. And if I don't get it all done, I try to finish it at night. And obviously I do the most important things first. And then my fourth tip is, what's your why? I recently have really, I have to go back to that a lot because I kind of get caught up in my goals for myself. And I really forget sometimes to really remember that I'm doing this because I really want to help people and that I really do care about people. And I want them to, have the same results that I had with my transformation. And I want to help people get there like I have. So communicate with people, form a relationship with them, talk to them, get to know them. Don't immediately go into, oh, I'm running this challenge group, you should join into the whole business part of it. I have had a really hard time hitting Success Club these last few months. And I'm telling you, I have met so many people this last month. I probably talked to 3 or 4 new people a day. I try to touch base with, talk to, follow up with, just talk to them and get to know them. I am a member of a mom-to-mom swap site on Facebook, and I've been on there for 2 years, and I don't ever post anything about me being a Beachbody coach or anything, but any person that I sell with or buy something from on there for my kids, I will just send them, hey, I just became a stay-at-home mom. I'm starting my own business. I was wondering if you would be so kind. I know this is really weird, but would you head over to my like page and just like it to help support me and get my business going so I can get my name out there and help other moms like us, And I just started doing that a week ago, and I went from 160 likes on my like page to 240 today. So I've noticed a lot of these women are like me too. So I feel really I can relate to them. And there's about 10 women I've been talking back and forth with. And today I just had one that was like, hey, what is this whole Beachbody thing you do? It sounds interesting. So just go outside your comfort zone with that kind of stuff. And then my last tip, I feel like I went too fast. My last tip is be an active team member. I try to show up every week to these calls. And Jen, I think you're on this call. Me and Jen are success partners, and I can't tell you how much she has helped me. We work together. We've done a challenge group and a free group together, and I've really enjoyed it. We kind of pushed each other. So find a success partner. Run challenge groups together. Listen to the national wake-up calls. Those are awesome. Go to coaching events. I've yet to go to a coaching event, but I am going to go to a Super Saturday in October for the first time. And reach out to other coaches on the team. Get to know everybody. And I mean, this is a great bunch of ladies that we're on a team with here. So get to know everybody, and always ask for help. That's one thing I always do. I always bug Brittany. So and that's it.
Oh, that was so good. So good. You had me like crying the whole time.
Oh, sorry.
I should have turned my camera off. But no, like I love hearing those stories because it just reminds you why you started.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds you, Melissa, why you started, but then it reminds me of why I'm doing what you're doing and why are you showing up, and the feeling that you have when I talk to you, like you're going to do it to somebody else. And that's awesome. Like that's what this business is about. I don't notice she didn't mention one thing about her paycheck. She didn't mention one thing about a financial gain. Nothing. Her story isn't about that. Like Beachbody is not about that. There's so much more to it. And I loved your tips. Like being consistent is key. When I talk to people who talk to me about time commitments, it's not the amount of time, it's the consistency and the quality of the time that you are putting in. As a brand new mom, I had no time, but I just committed to an hour a day and I made sure I was doing the right things during that hour. So making sure you're consistent, that is probably my number one tip for this business. Like absolutely, like if I get on a call, if I were to get on the national wake up call, like my top tip is going to be consistent. And then I love that last one is being an active team member. There are so many people who want to make this business work. And I believe they can, but you cannot do it without a team behind you. It's going to be really hard. I shouldn't say that because Lindsay Matway did. But look at the team she created. She knew that team culture would have been so key in her development. And she created an awesome team culture. Meg has done an amazing job of making a team culture. But the only reason that I can say that is because I jumped in and got active. My best friends are my coaching friends on Meg's team and on our team. Like, be an active member, getting on these calls, even if you have to listen to the recording. I know life happens. Trust me. Like, if anyone's going to understand you, it's me. But making sure you listen to the recordings, making sure you're checking in the team page, finding a success partner, commenting and being involved in the team page, messaging your upline and connecting with your upline and scheduling one-on-ones. For my personally sponsored coaches, I have a link. It has a schedule. Book a one-on-one. Let's get active. Let's get involved. And as far as going to a live event, those are so awesome, you guys. Like, it is such an awesome opportunity. And like Melissa, I didn't go to my first event. My first event was Summit, and I had been a coach for 15 months. And I skipped the Super Saturdays, and I was like, we're going to Vegas. Let's do this. But it's an awesome opportunity. October 17th. So it'll be the weekend of October 16th, 17th, and 18th will be super weekend. What you can do is go onto your Coach Online office and go to news and training and then go to events, and you'll see a Super Saturday link and click on that and you can find the closest one to you. Some people do them Fridays, some people do them Saturdays, like Miami and Orlando do them on Sundays. So it just depends on where you are. I have to drive 2 hours to go to Orlando to go to one. We're going to try and get one down here. I don't know if it's going to happen, but so it is a commitment, but I promise you, like, like Melissa said, like getting involved and being active and surrounding yourself with the culture is going to do wonders for your business, for your faith in the business. If your spouse is skeptical, bring them with you. Like if you missed that Emerald's call or the spouse call that Meg and our spouses did the other night, like every single one of them said it was an event that turned them around. Kirk was a super Saturday. Matthew was always supportive, but it was Summit that really helped him see the business side of things. Jeremy, Manny Watkins' husband, was the same thing. So if you have an opportunity, I know that sometimes getting a babysitter can be tough, but if you have the opportunity and the two of you can go, like I highly recommend it. But get involved in that. Do that. Like I just love that tip. That was such just a really good tip that I think we often leave behind. But just being active and being present and asking questions. I always say, the best coaches are the ones who continue to ask questions, because the only way you learn and grow is by asking questions. So whether it's a question to me or a team group or to yourself or the Coach Online office, like whatever it is, continue to ask questions. And, after you go through all those steps in the team page on how to find the answer, connect, like get involved. But, it's a huge part of growing yourself and growing your business. So, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for getting on the call. I truly appreciate it. And I know you're taking time out of your family or your business time or cleaning the house or whatever. But I truly appreciate it. And I thank you, Melissa, for coming on and sharing your story and sharing your top tips with us. I hope you guys wrote those down and that something just stuck with you. So have a great night, and we will see you guys next week.